found a better game to play instead of Soma for right now, so I can get my calmness on. I found This Is the Police. So that's what we're going to be playing. So I'd really recommend you guys enjoying it. Please just enjoy it, because I don't think... Okay, there we go. So it is recording. Let's go. What's loading data, and let's listen and watch and play.
Usually, before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this. But in fact, it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I can't do that. Welcome to This Is the Police. Let's go story. New game. Day 1, July 15th, Monday. Mayor Roger Sachs, Maniac Effect, Free Berkshire City Hall confirmed rumors of Jack Boyd resignation. Mark was 2 days to be shot. Let's go to work.
When I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes...
Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced resignation. Did this come as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance? Yeah, about it. You already know the name of your successor. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy Francis Kendrick said he was looking forward to resigning. If the mayor offered him your position, would that change his mind? I'd be happy. It's hard to say, but I think I'm a more deserving candidate than you, Captain Kendrick. Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Do you have anything to say about this? Excuse me, that's a pile of horse crap. The mafia and the police working together, maybe they're in cahoots with the aliens. The mafia are a bunch of low-life criminals. How about someone ask a real question? Do you think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement? Of course it's the reason. Personal relations are always important, no matter what anyone says. Thank you.
How's the back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick. As soon as I heard the door, rude, white mayor There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for...
Hey, a checkpoint, yay. I already hate this game.
Cops don't use the police...